Welcome back, folks. Right now we are joined by the American Biker Association. Now these are they look like a pretty tough group of people. I mean, you're all decked out in your gear. I love it. Now joining us is Andrew Kickstand Cannon. Now you are the president. Yes. We have Liz Deuces Johnson. Now you're the secretary, and then we have David Master G Gonzalez. Now thank you all so much for coming on the show today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Before we get into everything, I want to know how you guys got your nicknames. These nicknames, I think they're pretty interesting. If you can share that story, of course.
Just something you go through on the process on joining the club. When we get ready to bring you in, it's generally it's a matter of personality or some little click or trait. I simply got mine because I had a tendency on some long trips to forget to put my kickstand down and kept falling over. So it was, hey, how about a kickstand? And it just sort of stuck from there. So many different ways we earn those badges, so it's not all that interesting sometimes.
Well, I think it's pretty cool. Makes y'all seem even better, have a cool nickname. Now, tell me a little bit about the American Biker Association, what you guys are all about. I mean, essentially bikes, of course, motorcycles.
Sure.
So tell us a little bit more.
We are a nonprofit organization. We're national, and we are about motorcycle awareness, the fun, the camaraderie that comes with riding bikes, 2, 3 wheels. We don't care what make, what model. We just want people to get out and enjoy what motorcycles bring and the family that comes with it. And we try to be really proactive in our community. We do several fundraisers, and we do contributions to some of the school districts. We do a toy drive every year. So our focus is to get out, ride, have fun, and then really give something back to the community through our efforts and what we do.
Definitely, and I know May is motorcycle awareness. Now, of course, so my father has driven Harleys for decades and decades and decades, so I know how definitely you have to be careful, and of course, as a driver on the road, to take note of motorcycles on the road, because I know those are so easy to miss. They just slide right in your blind spot. So, I mean, what are some of the things you guys are promoting for motorcycle awareness?
Well, we want people just to look up, pay attention. I mean, to be honest with you, it's a very simple dialogue. Get off the cell phone. Quit looking at the screen. We have laws now in place. We'd like to see greater enforcement of some of those laws. I know that our police departments are very busy, and they're doing a fantastic job, and they work closely with us, and we appreciate that. But far too often you go down a road or down the interstate and you just see people that are glued to their phones. And we don't have the luxury when we're on our bikes of being surrounded by a ton or 2 of steel or metal. We're out there bare bones for the environment. When it rains, we get wet. When it's cold, we're cold. If someone hits us, it's a leg or an arm. There's direct impact on us with being on a bike. And yes, we choose to do that, but we ask for the common courtesy of paying attention to everybody that's out there. You know, unfortunately, we lose about 1 motorcyclist a day in the state of Texas on average. And that's just alarming to me. So we just want to get the word out there, and we're hoping that this ride will help a little bit with that to get the engagement. We're doing it in conjunction with TxDOT. They're a great partner of ours on this because it's important to them as well. And many of the cities throughout the valley are being very supportive of us, and May being Motorcycle Awareness Month.
Definitely. And so tell me a little bit more about this ride in general, kind of like the details of it, and you know how other people, maybe they're watching and you know they ride as well and want to be a part of it.
It's May 5th.
Okay.
We're meeting that morning over at the Visitor Center in Harlingen. It's directly underneath the Interstate 2 I-69E or 8377 interchange across from Bass Pro Shop. We'll be kickstands up at 11. It is a police escorted ride.
Oh, wow.
The Hidalgo County Sheriff's Department, Constable's Office, and Cameron County Sheriff's Department are working with us on this. And we did this 2 years ago. We had over 150 motorcycles, and that's what we're hoping for again. And we're going to go on a route up to McCook and have a little celebration out there, try to raise more awareness and have people out there. And it's a family-oriented event. We want everybody to come out there and have a good time with us.
Definitely. It sounds like it's going to be an amazing event. And, I mean, you get to ride. As far as how far McCook is out there, how long of a ride is that?
Probably take us about 40 minutes to get out there with an escort, maybe 45 minutes, because we want to make sure that we're safe. And you can't necessarily go it even at the speed limit with so many bikes. You have to ride a little bit slower to allow the back end of whatever group is with you to be able to keep up with you at the same time. And we don't want to make it difficult on the law enforcement officers to get us over on lanes, get us on the interchange. So probably about 40, 45 minutes.
Definitely. And I mean, it's always so cool to see all those bikes in a huddle together as they're riding up and down the road. I thought that was so interesting to see, and I thought it was so cool. I always wanted to be a part of the gang myself, but I don't think that I could handle a bike. But so tell me a little bit more about being a part of the association in itself and what that kind of means to you and kind of what you do within it.
Well, a lot of it does focus around the community service that we're able to provide locally. There are a lot of things and a lot of people who wouldn't have school supplies or toys at Christmas, things like this. And so that was our main drive as far as the American Bikers Association. That's our main focus. Of course, maintaining rider awareness as well within the community. Big proponent of that. And it just more and more, and this is the time of year when you start to see more motorcyclists start coming out on the roads because the weather is good now.
Right.
And so it's just sort of a share the road, look twice, save a life, you know, mentality that we're really trying to instill in the Valley drivers and drivers nationwide. Really need to be aware of it, because it's not just here in the Valley, it's not just here in the state, it's the entire nation is starting to warm up. And so it's more bikes will be on the road, so just heads up.
And keep an eye out, of course. And so what are some of your own personal experience about being out on the road yourself as, you know, riders yourself? Have you noticed that, you know, it's something that's gotten worse as, you know, as the years have gone on, as far as, you know, cell phones being more prevalent or just distractions in general being out on that road?
Well, I think there's greater and greater distractions. I think it's definitely become more prevalent. You know, even riding over here on my bike this morning, people are getting in the fast lane. It's a passing lane. It's not a travel lane. And they're getting there and they're sitting and they're focused on whatever's on their cell phone, whatever's important to them in their life. And I'm not saying it's important, but it's not more important than those surrounding you, whether it would be another car or an individual like us on a motorcycle. So the distracted driving really is becoming more and more prevalent out there, and I'm glad to see measures being taken against that. We just want you to put the phone down and be safe for your own sake and be safe for our sake, because again, we just don't have any barrier between you and us when we're out there on those bikes. And you know, just have a little common courtesy when we're trying to get by or trying to go around. Don't cut off. We can't react as fast, and people have a misconception that we can stop quicker. We don't really stop any faster than a car.
Of course, right.
So you know, and we have ABS brakes like a vehicle, so we can't slam on those brakes as hard. So we don't really stop any quicker. And we just want people to have the same common courtesy that we would show them as we're going down the highway.
Definitely. Now, one more time before we go, this ride is going to be on May 5th.
May 5th?
Correct.
Correct.
Is there any need to register or call ahead or let any of you know that they are coming?
It's completely free.
Okay.
If they want to call ahead, my number I know has been on the screen, 512-663-2096, or they can just simply show up that morning at the travel center, and we will be there and we'll be ready to go. There's no registration, and we've got a multitude of door prizes and things that we'll be giving away once we're out in the Cook. All the way from memberships out at Point Blank to hotel stays on the island for the weekend that we're going to be giving away for those who come out and are a part of the event, because we want to capture them and have a good time with everybody.
Definitely. Well, thank you all so much for coming in today. It sounds like it's going to be a great event. Of course, raising awareness is key, and that's the #1 reason why you guys are all definitely doing this. And hopefully people do realize, you know, take a second look, make sure, check all of your mirrors, and, before you make a, switch of the lane, because it could be dangerous. Well, thank you all so much. I really appreciate y'all for coming in today.
We appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, folks. Well, when we come back, we have the details on the 7th annual Memorial Golf Tournament that you won't want to miss. Stay with us.